Montgomery High School Parent-Teacher Organization in the amount of $20,000 from District 2 Education Funds to assist with the cost of lighting the softball field for Mary G. Montgomery High School. 5, approve appropriation contract with Allen to cover the cost of playground shade structures for Allentown Elementary School. 6, approve sponsorship agreement with Gulf Coast Caribbean Carnival Association in the amount of $2,000 from District 1 Commission funds for its second annual Gulf Coast Caribbean Carnival. 7, approve appropriation contract with Mobile Symphony in the total amount of $96,258 for its Preludes and Strings programs. Funds divided as follows. 8, approve covenant of purpose, use, and ownership for county-owned real property at the Balabatry City Docks Development and to authorize Commission President to sign all documents.
Tina, is this your item?
Yes, sir.
Would you come to the mic, please? Thank you. Uh-oh.
A little explanation.
Good morning, certainly. This is the City Docks project, which is a restore project to redevelop the Balabatry City Docks. And there is about 2,500 square feet of overlap from the city-owned property onto the county-owned property that was recently donated to the county by TNC. So we have to have a covenant of purpose to satisfy the grant requirements.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. You
While
might
we're
want to just sit on the front row in case we need you.
Eddie, also, while we're in a pause, I want to go back to number 4, and if it's okay with Commissioner Hudson, I'd be willing to split that
Well, certainly.
appropriation.
Thank you. Absolutely.
So I'm sorry, hold on, back up. Number 3, not Mary Montgomery, the Boy Scouts. Sorry about that. Is that okay? It's the appropriation for the Boy Scouts. Is
That's
who is
me.
that? Whoever it is, I want to.
That's Commissioner Logan.
Would you
Yeah.
be okay with that?
Thank you very much.
Okay. Sorry, Connie.
Well, you can split
It's
that
the Boy
too.
Scouts.
Yes, sir. We'll make that change.
Thank you. Sorry.
Item 9, approve professional service agreement with the Helios Alliance for services provided in the amount of $225,230 relating to the opiate litigation funds pending legal review. 10, approve commercial lease agreement with Vic Real Estate for office space at 1119 Government Street for 5 years in the amount of $2,100 per month for Southwest Regional Highway Safety Office pending legal review.
I
Will
want
they move?
go ahead. No, I want to ask, and I've talked to Jay, I'd like to carry this over to the next meeting after the first of the year. They're in the same location. I think you were just fixing to ask if they have moved. They're in a space that they're leasing, and the money's a pass-through, of course, from ADECA through the county. But I would like to, if it's okay with the two of you, explore. I have certainly been interested in putting some bodies in the Bay Hayes building, and I would like to get with ADECA and with Andrew and see if there's a feasible space there that they could move there. And it would certainly, maybe we could lease ADECA the space or give it to them and save a couple $100,000 over a 5-year lease.
Do we know the square footage at their existing space? I don't know.
Christina, do you? No.
Okay.
I'll get with, if it's okay.
How much?
Yeah.
If
that
it's,
should be
yeah.
good.
If it's okay, I'm gonna, I'll have Andrew come over and discuss the details and see if it would be okay or if they would be amenable to move into the Bay Hayes and go from there.
Okay.
I don't have a problem.
All right, thank you.
Approve first amended memorandum of understanding between Mobile County Commission and Waterworks and Sewer Board of the City of Satsuma to implement a project included in the Alabama Gulf Coast Recovery Council's multi-year implementation plan for the Northwest Satsuma Water and Sewer Project. As remaining restored funds for this project in the amount of $1,813,521 are insufficient to complete the project, the board wishes to supply additional funding in the amount not to exceed $100,000 and authorize Commission President to sign all documents. 12, approve Mobile County Animal Services Volunteer Handbook and Volunteer Agreement and authorize Animal Services staff to implement the volunteer program pending legal review.
Just to comment on that, I just wanted to thank Tina and Matthew. I think legal services has been involved as well as communications, and I know Best Friends working through the Mobile County Animal Shelter has been very involved in that too. I think you did a great job. I know there's still minor tweaks, but I'm glad to see that moving forward. I think there are a lot of people who would like the opportunity to volunteer at the animal shelter, and this helps to open the door to make that happen. So thank you.
Number 13, we would like to hold over. We're not clear whether or not we need that agreement in place at this time. If so, we'll bring it up at a later meeting.
And I'm curious to know why it's called long-term when it's only 1 year. That was my question about it.
Understood. 14, approve professional services agreement with Sharon Pilgrim as a court reporter for the Juvenile Court 13th Judicial Services in the amount of $36,000 at a rate of $3,000 per month from detention subsidy funds for the James T. Strickland Youth Center pending legal review.
That should be 13th Judicial Circuit. Yeah.
Thank you. 15, approve contract amendment number 4 with McNally Land Design for Mobile County Blueway Trail Development to extend the period of performance to December 31st, 2025.
Is there a new task? Are we adding a task?
We are amending the period of performance today and working towards additional scope and budget to come back before you in January.
Okay, thank you.
16, approve transfer of maintenance agreement between Mobile County and the City of Saraland for the City of Saraland to take over the maintenance and portions of Celeste Road and Radcliffe Road for a period of 3 years.
Why only 3 years?
The legal staff says it's as long as we can do it when it goes to a municipality.
So if at the end of 3 years they say, we changed our minds.
They are extending it. We did this 3 years ago, exactly 3 years ago. This was the meeting, and they chose to extend it, but they could annex that portion because they have all their land around it, but would take a little longer than.
Was this the area where you had end of county maintenance, Saraland? I mean, it was like a
Right.
patchwork down. Okay.
Right, and they wanted all the signs down, so they were willing to take over the maintenance in order to do that.
So it can be extended every 3 years.
It would have to be renewed, or they would have to annex
Right.
either more property on either side, which would automatically become theirs, or they would have to annex that portion
Okay.
of the road.
Okay, thank you.
17, approve revising Mobile County Commission August 26, 2024 minutes, agenda item number 16, to remove the date January 18th, 2025 from the historical musical drama schedule of the Souls of Time event license agreement addendum with Global Spectrum doing business as OVG 360 for the rental of the Sanger Theater. 18.
Is there going to be another date or what?
They had loading out on a, and they decided they needed one less day.
Okay.
18, authorize subrecipient agreement with City of Pritchard for removal of spot blight for community development block grant project for up to $125,000. 19, authorize memorandum of understanding with the city of Pritchard in the amount of $125,000 to purchase fire equipment under the Community Development Block Grant. 20, authorize subrecipient agreement with the city of Bala Battery for replacement of the heating and cooling system at the Bala Battery Senior Center for Community Development Block Grant project for up to $135,000 pending legal review. 21, approve agreement with Richard McLaughlin for professional consulting services for cost allocation plan services related to the setting of direct and indirect cost rates in an amount not to exceed $10,775. 22, approve change order number 1 with construction labor services for the Northwest Satsuma Water and Sewer Project. The change order will increase the contract by $55,000, and the new contract will be in the total amount of $3,451,650 and will increase the contract by 45 calendar days. The cost of this change order will be reimbursed by the Waterworks and Sewer Board of the City of Satsuma. 23, approve appropriation contract with Bay Area Women Coalition in the amount of $5,000 from District 1 funds for its Trinity Gardens Black Heritage Parade. 24, accept resignation of James White of the Board of Directors of the Mobile County Water, Sewer, and Fire Protection Authority effective December 31st. 25, approve appointment of James Alvin Middleton Jr. to serve on the Board of Directors of the Mobile County Water, Sewer, and Fire Protection Authority, replacing James White. 26, approve contract with the University of South Alabama in the amount of $88,055 to provide archival services to conduct Phase 1 of an archives establishment project, realizing the future from the past and honoring those who filled the breach. African American documents, material, culture, and miscellany at Bishop State Community College. 27, adopt resolution approving request of the Revenue Commission for offices at Michael Square Shopping Center, Theodore Oaks Shopping Center, and 8 Mile Shopping Center to dispose of certain items from the fixed assets inventory list, declare as surplus, and authorize items to be disposed. 28, approve reappointments to the Gulf Coast Resource Conservation and Development Council, each for 2 years beginning January 1st, 2025, as follows.
Has anyone vetted those first
That first one's pretty questionable.
candidates? I'm just curious.
29, authorize subrecipient agreement with Habitat for Humanity of Southwest Alabama in the amount of up to $140,000 of Community Development Block Grant funds to provide roof replacement for eligible residential homeowners within the urban county. 30, approve appropriation contract with the Mobile County Protecting Animals Lives Society and the total amount of $14,093.59 from District 2 Commission funds to pay for veterinary services and medication for animals adopted or fostered from the Mobile County Animal Shelter, pending legal review. 31, approve contract amendment number 12 to the Mobile County Park Initiative contract with Mott McDonald, Alabama, dated June 25th, 2021, to add additional services for Bayfront Park building and site and add bidding and construction, engineering, and inspection services for Bayfront Park Boardwalk. Costs associated with the contract will be reimbursed by the NERDA grant. 32, approve change order number 1.
Excuse me, on 31, would you spell out NERDA? Please, just for the public, so they'll know what that is.
Yes, ma'am. 32, approve change order number 1 with Ben M. Radcliffe Contractor for the Bayfront Park Restoration and Improvements building and site. The change order will decrease the contract by $147,216 and the new contract will be in the total amount of $5,427,201.50. 33, approve sponsorship agreement with People United to Advance the Dream Mobile in the amount of $2,500 from District 1 Commission funds for its Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. birthday celebration. Project subject to submission of paperwork and legal review.
Commissioner, I would be happy to split that with you.
Okay, thank you.
If you would make note of that, please.
Okay, we will make that change. 34, consider taking the following action on bids. 35, approve renewal of software maintenance agreement with Blue Alley in the amount of $15,831.15 for pro support of AppSync 2025 Power Store 500 renewal for the Sheriff's Office. 36, approve renewal agreement of GovWriter multi-use software from CPA Writer in the amount of $1,616 for the County Commission. 37, approve renewal of subscription agreement with Carasoft Technology Corporation on the current GSA schedule in the amount of $60,975.60 for DocuSign eSignature Enterprise Pro for state and local government envelope and Enterprise Premier support for the County Commission. 38, approve renewal of agreement with BB's Pest and Termite Control for Africa Town Hall and Food Bank Termite Renewal D in the amount of $400. And 39, I think we'll change terminate to termite to read as follows. Approve renewal of agreement with Knox Pest Control in the amount of $207 for the Building Inspection Department for termite renewal inspection. 40, approve maintenance agreement with CPC Office Technologies in the amount of $360 for Formax Shredder for the County Commission. 41, approve maintenance agreement with CPC Office Technologies in the amount of $360 for maintenance of one Ricoh printer for the Geographic Information Systems Department. 42, approve maintenance agreement with CPC Office Technologies in the amount of $360 for one Ricoh printer for the Building Maintenance Department. 43, approve amending Mobile County Commission October 15th, 2024 minutes, agenda item number 63, to correct the contract amount to read as follows. Approve 36-month lease agreement with Quadient under the current purchasing agreement National Association of State Procurement Officials contract for a base puffy postcard feeder, weighing module, weigh platform conveyor, sacker, and scale stand in the amount of $39,030.84 for the County Commission.
What are we changing?
It was the amount.
We're correcting the amount? Is that what we're doing?
Do you have that? Number 43. Yes, it was changing the amount. Quadient had an additional charge of $15 per month for part of the service, and the dollar amount needed to be adjusted.
Okay, thank you.
$44, approve memorandum of understanding between the Mobile County Commission and the Administrative Division of Mobile County to document the obligation and related expenditure responsibility of American Rescue Plan Act state and local fiscal recovery funds provided to the county. And Commissioners, we have two add-ons and request that you vote on them this morning. One, rescind action of the Mobile County Commission in the November 25th, 2024 minutes, agenda item number 23, approving sponsorship agreement with South Alabama Regional Planning Commission in the amount of $5,000 for its annual conference.
So moved.
Second.
And two, approve sponsorship with South Alabama Regional Planning Commission in the amount of $2,500 for its annual meeting on January 23rd through January 24th.
So moved.
Second.
And Commissioners, we may have an add-on on Monday's meeting relating to reprogramming a relatively small amount of ARPA funds that may be left over from an MOSAP engineering design. The project is designed, I believe it's complete with construction, but there may be a small amount that needs to be reprogrammed, and we're trying to determine that. Also, we'll have an Indigent Care Board meeting on Monday as well.
Thank you. All right. Ms. Rhonda.
Good morning. Consider taking the following action on agenda items. Number one, approve non-reimbursable agreement for relocation of utility facilities on public right-of-way with Alabama Power on Project MCR 2022-102 Chickasaw Streets Grade Drain Basin Pave. There is no cost to Mobile County for this relocation. Item two, approve the updated disadvantaged business enterprise plan fiscal year 2023 for the Jeremiah A. Denton Airport in accord with Federal Aviation Administration and the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Rhonda, what does that mean, disadvantaged business enterprise?
Disadvantaged business enterprises, minority enterprises, or women-owned companies. Every 3 years, we do a DBE plan. So this one is fiscal year 23 through 26. There were some regulation changes with how you report your DBE compliance, and that's what this is, just bringing that.
Why is the Jeremiah Denton Airport a disadvantaged business enterprise? It's owned by am I misunderstanding?
Yes, when you receive federal funds, there is a DBE requirement with some of those as far as contractors and labor and
Okay.
stuff like that.
This is a deal with contracting and work. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we're just basically passing along the requirement that was put in place by the
Yes,
federal
ma'am,
government.
we're updating our plan to match what the new requirements are. Okay, item three, approve preliminary and final plat of roads addition to Brown Loop Road in District 2 and preliminary and final plat of Collins Place in District 3. Item four, authorize advertising and receiving bids for MCP 00124, RA 490525, Gulf Crest Road Bridge Rehabilitation Project. Item five, accept request of High Purity Silicon America Corporation, along with a petition signed by Evonik and the Alabama State Port Authority to change the name of Mitsubishi Lane, and adopt a resolution formally changing the name of said segment to Polysilicon Lane for approximately 6,259 feet, beginning at the end of Evonik Road and continuing to the municipal limits of the city of Mobile. Item six, authorize acquisition of property and acceptance of right-of-way deeds and/or easements from the following property owners on 3 of our pay-as-you-go projects.
Anything?
Everything.
Kelsey, where are you at? Come on up here. Sorry, Sheree, do you want to do this, or you want? I was just gonna, I'll say what I have to say, and then you can say what you have to say. Today is your last day with us, and I wanted to wish you good luck in your future job and in your moving, and tell you how much of a pleasure it's been working with you your little short time while you were here, and to let you know that we're going to be angry at you for leaving, so just so you know. But congratulations on your new job, and we'll miss you around here.
Thank you.
And I would echo that as well. Thank you for all that you've done during your time here. It's meant a lot. We appreciate you.
Yeah, Mobile was a charm for you. Ha.
Yeah.
We'll come back and visit, right? Okay.
I told her she'll be close enough to walk to Auburn games now. That's what the real deal.
That'd be really good.
Closer
We'll
to
hang out
Auburn.
with her and go to the game.
Yeah. Well, Kelsey was a District 1 constituent in Satsuma, so that's one less, but thank you for all you've done and all you've been here with us.
And I just want to say that Kelsey made an immediate impact, and there are several projects that would not have been as successful, maybe even not possible without her. Number one being Workday, because she jumped in and took care of so many things on that project, all the communication materials and just so much. The volume and the quality were amazing. And so that was a tremendous immediate impact, and all the things you've done with socials and digital and all the corrected web pages that the nerd and all of us just loves what you did and those for those. But we appreciate you, and we're going to miss you.
No, I really appreciate my time here. I told Tree yesterday, I was like, I feel like I've grown so much as just a person and even a public administrator and being a public servant. I'm excited to get back and, get my hands dirty again and being potted plants and things like that. And for those who don't know, I've accepted the executive director position with Opelika Main Street. So it's boots on the ground and it's going to be a lot of hard work, but I'm really excited. And I thank Mobile County for that and giving me the path to land this position in a place that is, it's home. So I'm excited to get back closer to my family as well. So I really appreciate. And if you're ever in Opelika, just come see me. I'll be downtown.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. You got anything else? Did you finish your
Not
list?
that I can think of.
Okay.
I'll let you
Speak
know.
now or forever.
Monday. I'll hold my peace till Monday.
All right, we stand adjourned.